Science Divine is a global movement for helping people realize their optimum potential through definite scientific techniques for sound body, sound mind, and self-realization. It's an all-out endeavor to create conditions for the emergence of a new humanity on this earth, which is filled with inner joy, while at the same time enjoying the fruits of great material prosperity and riches. One can enjoy the material and the spiritual world without sacrificing one for the other by practicing the Science Divine Mahamantra, Bhitar se sannyas, Bahar se sansar, which means being in a state of total acceptance from within and yet working and living like the most ambitious person on this earth, just as the wheels of a car keep moving in high speed, but the axle remains static. My effort has been towards freeing the individual from the ideologies and the belief systems which have blinded and divided humanity through the ages. Science Divine provides definite scientific techniques and revolutionary insights for bringing about the total transformation of the modern man in general. And the whole objective has been to simplify spirituality in such a way that it becomes a part of life and living of every individual on this earth. The third fundamental maxim or mantra for joyful living is focus on the flowers of life and express gratitude for the same. The most striking truth about this existence is that it's not partial, it is a whole. If there are flowers, there are thorns too. And the greatest secret of this universe is whatever you focus upon starts becoming the reality of your life, whether you want it or you don't want it. In other words, the object of your focus is bound to happen in your life, is bound to manifest in your life. However, we all are prone to focus on the thorns of life and overlook the flowers. In other words, we are obsessed with negativity. Majority of our thoughts is repetitive and negative in nature. For example, 10 persons appreciate your sense of dressing, but one person comes, makes fun of it and criticizes it. Later on, you will find that most of your attention is focused on the one who has been criticizing you. That thought will continue to hold on you. In this way, our mind sticks to the negative experiences much more in comparison to the positive ones. Hence, negative experiences have a tendency to prevail over the positive ones. Consequently, the same starts manifesting in your lives. For example, if you are obsessed with the negative thought of meeting an accident on the roads, and you are always thinking, I may meet an accident on the road, I may meet an accident on the road, I may meet an accident on the road, no power on this earth can stop your accident on the roads. However, a small regular effort to focus on the positives can break the spell of negative thoughts and emotions. If you can make a conscious effort to focus on the flowers of life, your whole obsession on negativity will start coming to an end, and in due course of time, your whole life will start turning to be a celebration. And then even the thorns will start looking like a protection for the flowers. Consequently, in a positive mind, gratefulness, even the thorns will start arising. And if this approach deepens, a moment comes when even the thorns start becoming flowers. Consequently, tensions and miseries will also start disappearing from your life on their own. You will not have to make efforts for becoming positive. It will start happening on its own accord. And now one thing very surprising will come. If you continue focusing your attention on the flowers of life, you will find that there will be spontaneous overflow of feelings of gratitude from within yourself. You will not have to cultivate the feelings of gratitude, it will start happening on its own. Gratitude will come as a natural byproduct of the situations when you will start feeling overwhelmed by the people or the situations around you. You will start finding abundance of gifts outweighing what you actually deserved. And then in due course of time you can come to understand that gratitude may not even need be expressed in words, merely because it can be in the form of a gesture, a look, a touch or a teardrop. In addition to all this, one more miracle happens. When you are overwhelmed with gratitude, you become in extremely good state of receptivity. The science of thought power says that you are given everything just the moment you ask for it, just the moment that thing is granted to you by the universe, but it fails to reach you just because you are not in the receiving mode. However, gratitude brings you in the right receiving mode for everything you want to achieve. In this way, gratitude becomes the ultimate tool for manifestation of all your desires and dreams in life. And one thing very important that I would like to tell you right here, and that is the spiritual master wants to give everything to the seekers, everything to his disciples. But the greatest difficulty is that the seekers are not receptive, they are not in the receiving mode, and it is the sense of gratitude that makes them in the receiving mode. And if the seekers become filled with gratitude towards the spiritual master, they become in a state of receiving everything, and in this situation the master can give his whole. The master can offer the whole to the real seeker to the extent that both of them become one, and a state of Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi may be achieved. In this way, an overwhelming unconditional gratitude towards the master is the real key that can unlock the treasures for the real seeker. And one thing more I would like to tell you about gratitude. It is the greatest multiplier of things you have, and therefore express heartfelt gratitude about your health, wealth and happiness, so that you can experience miracles in all these dimensions of your life. If you become grateful of everything you have, you will never have to ask for anything in life, because it will be given to you even before you ask for it. And finally, a question from you. Do you know the essence of all the religions on this earth? Do you know what is one thing that is common to all the religions of the world? I would like to tell you that it is a single word which is called prayer. But very sorry to tell you that nobody understands the real science, the real meaning and the real essence behind all the prayers. People understand only one thing by prayer, and that is begging. Begging this or begging that. But prayer does not mean begging. Prayer simply means a heartfelt expression of an attitude of gratitude for everything that has been given to you by this existence. Just being filled with the sense of gratitude is the essence of prayer. Never ask anything, never demand anything, just be filled with an attitude of gratitude, and you will find that everything will start happening the way you wish. Yam yam chintayate kamam tam tam prapnoti nishchitam. Whatever you want to happen will start happening if you have cultivated a sincere sense of gratitude inside out. However, some people question me that when they are suffering from certain problems, it becomes very difficult for them to express gratitude. I want to tell you all, there are innumerable things in your life for which you can express gratitude. The very simple thing that you are alive, is it not sufficient to be grateful for? You are not in prison because of this thing or that thing. You are not there in a lunatic asylum. You are not struggling with life and death in a hospital. Is it not sufficient to be filled with a sense of gratitude towards this existence? Because existence has no obligation to keep you healthy and alive. In fact, even if 99% things of your life are going well, going right, but 1% goes wrong, or it doesn't go according to your wishes, it becomes very difficult for you to become grateful. You start zooming in on that 1%. And I want to tell you that even the greatest Sadhguru or even the God Almighty cannot be able to help such a person. Such a person can never be happy on this earth. Such a person is too stupid to be happy. Hope you are not such one person. And now a beautiful Sufi story I have loved to tell everyone everywhere. The famous Sufi mystic Junaid used to offer all the 5-time prayers to his Lord. In all his prayers every day, every time, he used to say, "O Lord, your love is great, your compassion is great, how beautifully you take care of all of us, though we don't deserve it. I have no words to express my gratitude, but you understand the prayers of my heart, you understand the feelings of my heart, and accept my gratitude from the core of my heart." And once it so happened that Junaid was on a pilgrimage along with his disciples. They were passing through villages which belonged to Orthodox Muslims who were opposed to Junaid. And consequently, for about 3 days, they remained without food. They were not offered even water to drink, and somehow or other they kept on moving. Ultimately, they were tired, they were extremely frustrated. But still on the 3rd day, the spiritual master, the Sufi master Junaid, prayed just in the same way, expressing all his gratitude, saying, "O Lord, your compassion is great, your love is great, you have been taking care of us so beautifully, which we don't deserve. Accept my gratitude from the core of my heart." The disciples could not remain silent, and they asked, "We are passing through such great trouble. Our survival is in danger. And what for you are expressing your gratitude?" The great Sufi master says, "We are all alive. Is it not enough to express our gratitude? The existence has no obligation to keep us alive. And then he said, it is not because of this thing or that thing that I am expressing my gratitude. I am in an unconditional love affair with the Lord. I will trust Him in my life. I will trust Him in my death. Whatever happens, that will be simply His way of taking care of me, and that is an unconditional, absolute love affair. And gratitude is the essence, is the life of this love affair. And if the same gratitude happens in you, you will experience bliss, you will experience enlightenment. Thank you. And now, a few things about the practices of the third week. First, please do go through the practical guidance booklet just in the beginning of the week, because all the details of the practices has been beautifully explained in this booklet. Second, this week you have to practice gratitude, and you have to make gratitude part of your life and living 24/7. And for this, you have to go for journaling gratitude. You have to do it 2 times. The first thing in the morning, you have to write about 3 most important, most precious gifts of your life. And you have to express your heartfelt gratitude for the same. Please do keep in mind, it should not be an intellectual exercise. The gratitude must not be expressed through the mind, it should be expressed through the heart. You should not think about the gratitude, you have to feel the gratitude. An intense feeling of gratitude from the core of your heart. That is the essence. And secondly, just before going to bed in the night, you have to remember the most beautiful events of the whole day. And out of all the beautiful happenings, you have to pick up the most beautiful event that happened today, remember it vividly and write vividly about it and express heartiest thanks, not intellectually but with intense feelings from the core of your heart. And at the end, you must write heartfelt thank you, thank you, thank you. And finally, the third important thing, this week you have to practice third eye meditation, which I will explain and take you to practice immediately afterwards. Thank you. And now the third eye Sanjeevani meditation. There are 3 steps in this Kriya. The first step is fast and deep breathing, the same as in Sanjeevani Kriya. The method is the same, the science is the same, and the effects are the same. I will demonstrate the practice just once. Fast and deep, fast and deep, fast and deep, fast and deep, fast and deep. It's just freestyle fast and deep breathing. It has got to be chaotic without any rhythm, without any rules. It is neither a Kriya Pranayam nor any yogic breathing. It is simply just freestyle fast and deep breathing, taking in and taking out, taking in and taking out, taking in and taking out, but very vigorously and very intensely, but very vigorously and very intensely, as fast and vigorous as possible, as vigorous and as intense as possible. This is a powerful device of hyperoxygenation which makes you fully alive with great vitality and energy. Second step, intense humming. This you have to practice 10 times. This is specifically intended to ensure long and deep breathing. If your breathing is long and deep, it has multidimensional effects on your inner well-being. At the same time, this device makes you meditative. This is a prerequisite for intense meditation. I will demonstrate it once. You have to breathe in deeply and then go for humming intensely. Now I demonstrate. This you have to repeat for 10 times. And now we come to the final step, and that is third eye meditation. The latest researches in medical science have established that there is a pineal gland which is situated in the middle of both the eyebrows. The medical science says that it is the most mysterious part of your body because still so much remains to be known about it. And that is what has been termed as the third eye by the Tibetans thousands and thousands of years ago. And Hindu tantric scriptures have termed the same as the eye of the Shiva or the Shiva Netra. So call it third eye, the Trinetra or the Sunetra or the pineal gland. But the most important thing about this third eye is this eye is not blind. It is simply closed and it can be opened. Third eye meditation is the scientific device for opening this third eye. Now, what is the technique? What is the device? You have to sit in a comfortable posture. You have to keep your eyes closed with your head slightly upturned like this. And with eyes closed, you have to focus all your attention on the midpoint between the eyebrows as if you are looking there with both eyes. Attention is the food for the third eye. And if you provide food in the form of attention to the third eye, the third eye starts opening. This is the basic science behind this technique. With the eyes closed, you have to focus all your attention on the midpoint between the eyebrows, as if with your both eyes you are looking there. You have to continue focusing your attention on the midpoint at least for 20 minutes every day. The practice of focusing on the midpoint will lead you to most important experiences. First, you will become a witness to your thoughts and you will experience as if thoughts are floating like clouds in your mind. Secondly, you will experience that the essence of breathing, that is prana or the vital energy, is soaring on your head in the form of light. In other words, you will experience that at the top of the head, light is soaring there. At this point, I would like to tell you the most significant fact associated with this kriya, and that is, when you reach this stage, your imagination starts working like magic. Whatever you can imagine, whatever you can visualize, that will start happening. You have just to imagine that the essence of breathing, that is vital energy, is soaring in your head in the form of light, and the same will start happening. The light will start soaring there. Likewise, whatever you may imagine and whatever you may visualize at this point is bound to transform into reality. So, this is a powerful device whereby you can transform all your desires and dreams into reality. Now I will take you to the practice of the third eye meditation. The first step, fast and deep breathing. It should be chaotic, fast and deep, as vigorous, as intense as possible, a process of hyperoxygenation. It will make you fully alive with great vitality and great energy. Let's start for 5 minutes. Yes, please continue with all your energy, with totality. Forget everything. Just put all your energies into this act of breathing fast and breathing deep, breathing fast, breathing deep, breathing fast and deep, fast and deep, fast and deep, taking in and throwing out, taking in and throwing out, taking in and throwing out, taking in and throwing out as vigorously as possible. You have to keep your eyes closed. Remember, throughout the whole Kriya, you have to keep your eyes closed and you have to remain alert and conscious as witness. You have to remain alert, aware and conscious just as a witness, as if everything is happening to you. You are simply consciousness, just seeing everything happening to your body. The consciousness. In the form of consciousness, you are just seeing everything happening in your body. You are remaining alert, aware and conscious, just as a witness. Continue breathing in and breathing out as fast, as deep as possible, as fast, as deep as possible, as fast, as deep as possible. Fast and deep, 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 fast and deep. Take in, throw out, 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 take in, throw out. Each and every cell of your body has become filled with oxygen, has become filled with vitality, has become filled with energy. Your whole body is being starved of oxygen. The researchers in medical science show that you are breathing in only 1/3 of the total oxygen which is required for your body. The 2/3 of the oxygen which is required for your body you are missing. So please make it as an essential dimension of your life and living, that through Sanjeevani Kriya or through this meditation you are in a process of hyper oxygenation which will make you fully alive with vitality and with energy. Enough for now. Now we come to the second step, intense humming. You have to breathe in deeply and then you have to start humming intensely. You have to do it 10 times. And now the final step, the third eye meditation. The eyes will remain closed, and with your head slightly upturned like this, focus all your attention on the midpoint between the eyebrows, as if with both eyes you are looking there, focusing all your attention on the midpoint between the brows. Attention is the food for the third eye. Offer this food to the third eye through this device, and the third eye will start opening. You have to practice it for 20 minutes every day. There will be two significant results of this practice. One, you will become a true witness. You will find that thoughts are floating in your mind like clouds, and they are separate from you. And in the whole of your life and living, you will start living as a witness. Second, with a little practice, you will find that the essence of breathing, that is the prana or the vital energy, will be showering on your head in the form of light. Your imagination that the vital energy is showering in your head in the form of light will make it happen. And with this, I have to tell you that whatever you can imagine and visualize at this point of time, at this moment of time, you will find that your imagination, your visualization is bound to transform into reality. So this will prove to be a powerful device for transforming all your desires and dreams into reality. So now here we will practice third eye meditation for 10 minutes. Now I will slip into silence. You have to focus all your attention on the midpoint between the eyebrows with your head slightly upturned like this. Start. Enough for today. Gently and softly open your eyes. Beautiful experience, very nice. This week, the third week, you have to practice this third eye Sanjivani meditation, not the Sanjivani Kriya. In other words, this week you are not going to practice Sanjivani Kriya which you had been practicing the previous week. This week you will be practicing the third eye Sanjivani meditation. Why so? The science and rationale behind it I will explain only in the final session of this course. Thank you. Will love to meet you again the next Sunday. My heartiest love, my heartiest blessings. Thank you.